Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, good evening, everyone. I want to call the Hopkinton Town Council meeting of November 16th, 2020 to order with a moment of silent meditation and salute to the flag. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Okay, Lisa. Yeah.
Second.
Okay, motion made and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Liquor license renewals, number one, open a hearing on a renewal for the following liquor licenses continued from November 2nd, 2020. Class BV, Brick Oven Restaurant, Keith Knott, President, Brick Oven Restaurant, Ashaway, 209 Main Street, Ashaway. Is Keith out there? Star 9 to raise your hand.
I don't know that he's gonna be in, because I did not reach out to them and get in touch with them. I know that they call here.
Yep.
But
And I asked Scott about, I don't know, about half a dozen times when you're in there to check with him.
To
have him call the clerk.
His wife through Facebook, and I don't know if I mentioned it to him too. I go there a couple times a day.
Yeah, I know. All right, well, I know it's not your responsibility, but, all right, well, Star 9 if Keith's out there, or anybody from the Brick Oven. Does not appear to be. Okay. Next up, Class B Limited, Main Street Pizza, Chris Wensky, President, CHS LLC, 229 Main Street, Ashaway. Is Chris out there, or any representative from Main Street Pizza, Hoptown Pizza?
I think that's the same situation as that one. 2 weeks ago, he knew that, because I gave him the agenda.
All right. Chris, you out there? Star 9. Okay. Well, we can't act on these two, I guess.
Move that we adjourn as a licensing board and reconvene as a council.
Seconded.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. Next up, consent agenda, approved town council meeting minutes of November 2nd, 2020, accept the November 2nd, 2020 transcript as the record of the decision, comprehensive plan amendment, and zoning ordinance amendment decision filed by Centrica Business Solutions and Camoli Granite Company Incorporated. Approve executive session minutes of November 2nd, 2020, October 19th, 2020, September 21st, 2020, July 20th, 2020, June 15th, 2020, March 2nd, 2020. Accept the following monthly financial activity report, town clerk. Approve refund resulting from overpayments of the 2020 real property tax submitted by the tax collector.
Can we move November 2nd town council meeting minutes?
Okay. What page you got? Sylvia?
18. Let's see, under the proposed zoning ordinance text amendment.
Yes.
Where it says Counselor Hurst,
Where are you?
halfway down the page.
Okay, yep.
Counselor Hurst advised that he and the Counselor Davis had received an email from Attorney Squirts requesting them to introduce this proposed zoning text amendment. And then it should add in there that Scott said he hadn't read this. And then, of course, he said, which he did as a courtesy. So the fact that he said, I haven't read this should be in there.
Okay.
That's all.
I don't have a problem with that, but I do have a correction.
What page?
17 on the top, and it has rolls, ROLLS, and it's supposed to be ROLES. About Brian having a rolls. Rolls is like a,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's just that thing, and
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the consent agenda as read this amendment.
Second.
Okay.
Okay, motion made and second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. All right, next up under my report, there was a resident or two over the span of the last couple of years that wanted me to let them know what the revenues were for the solar projects to date, assuming nothing gets overturned in court. Nothing has to date also in court. So I've got a lot of information on a spreadsheet that various town officials have given me. And I just kind of going to break it down for dollars, one-time revenue sources, as well as annual revenue sources. And these are all the projects up to and including Camoli's solar project that was approved recently. All the projects, whether they're commercial manufacturing, farming, or council approved, there was a total of $18,250 in planning board fees, building and zoning fees based on the cost of the project, $1,213,577. Those two together would add up to the one-time fees for all the projects. The increased in land assessments based on the commercial special designation for all the parcels included prior is over $20 million. It's $20,097,450. That's increased assessed values in land for all the projects approved. The next is the tangible tax, which is the tax on the solar panels themselves. This is annual, $565,125. And the real property tax assessment increased from the land assessed value increases are $367,381. So the annual revenue the town would receive is a culmination of tangible tax and real property tax over all the projects, and that totals annual for the next 20 to 25 years, depending on the project, is $932,506 annual. So it's substantial. When I hear about the school committee talking about, a new elementary school on the campus of Charahoe, I looked at the Department of Education's website, and a new school in today's dollars costs $53 million. You split that three ways, that's about $18 million a year. It's about what we pay now in school costs. And it's substantial. I don't know what they're going to do with that. Who knows? But you talk about, and I think Sylvia, myself, Scott, all the folks on the council, and even Sharon these last 2 years realizes that, and Barbara, I'm sorry, Barbara, all the increases that come our way with Charahoe, and it's never seems to stop, with the exception of this past fiscal year. They were very cooperative in keeping our tax rate under 4%. Our tax increase under 4%. It's substantial, and I think this money will certainly come in handy for years to come. And there's one other side note that I wanted to just, I was looking at this and said, geez, I wonder if all the projects that were approved to date, council approved now, I'm not talking about commercial or manufacturing or farming. The town council approved six projects. And does anyone know how many we rejected? Take a guess.
Same amount. Seven?
Same amount,
Was it seven?
six.
Six.
So we rejected Sherenzia, Fothergill, Faded Farmer, Townsend, Carapeza, and Brushy Brook. So it was 6 approved, 6 not. Of the 6 approved projects, the number of acreage for the solar panels is 204.42 acres. Of the declined projects, the acreage would have been 271 acres. So we actually approved projects with less solar panel coverage than it would have been had we approved the other 6. So I thought that was important to note. But anyway, I have this in case a couple of the people that requested it out in the public, if they want to call me after tonight, I'd be happy to go over it with them. But anyway.
I'd like a copy.
Huh?
I'd like a copy.
Yeah, it's pretty telling. So
Yeah, the new council will need.
yeah. Brian sent me in a spreadsheet. So okay, that's. Anybody have any questions on this, folks? Okay, thank you.
Thank you for getting that done.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Okay, next under old business, discuss, consider, and possibly vote to authorize the town council president to sign the environmental land usage restriction agreement between the town of Hopkinton and the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management for property identified as Plat 13, Lot 27, 0 Stubtown Road, regarding Hopkinton landfill phase 2. I know Jim Lanfair is out there, my friend, and let me see if I can. Jim, are you out there?
I'm here, Frank.
Okay, great. Let me just turn it up a little bit. Okay. So do you want to just maybe give an overview, I guess, from your perspective, what we're signing, what I'm going to sign tonight, hopefully, and what it's about, just to kind of let folks know what we're doing.
Sure, Mr. President. As you know, the town has been working with the DEM for some time now toward bringing the Phase 2 area of the landfill into compliance with its closure back in 2001. Toward that end, DEM gave the town a letter that was dated March the 19th, 2019, and it had 7 items on there that the town needed to do in order to bring it into compliance with the requirements. And item number 7 requires the town to enter into a environmental land use restriction that applies to the entire parcel. That would be approved by DEM. It was approved by DEM on October 20th of this year, and it was developed by our consultants, Crossman Engineering and sub-consultant Hoffman Engineering, who are landfill experts. And that environmental land use restriction basically has common sense restrictions on the property based upon the former use of the property. For example, that no residential use can occur on the property. No groundwater should be used as a potable water source, etc. So this is a requirement that DEM has, that the town has to enter into in order to be compliant. As far as the other 6 items on that letter of March 19th, we've done just about all of them. Hoffman has monitored the groundwater, the surface water, and gas, and found all of those reports to be within acceptable levels by DEM. The only 2 things that we really have to focus on now going forward is to repair the cap where it needs repair, take out some brush, and also uncover the sediment basins that are around the foot of the slope, if you will, around the perimeter. So it's our hope that a developer who might be chosen for a solar array on the site would undertake those activities. We do have a couple of grants in at DEM, one for the Phase 2 area, one for the Phase 1 area, that would give us some funds to help close those areas out. And so basically, the next step tonight is just for you to sign that environmental land use restriction. And then hopefully, the larger goal that the town has in mind here is to establish a solar array on that property at some point in time. And I think that's an effort that needs to go, continue to go forward. We need to generate some revenue, for the town at large. We also need to generate that revenue just to maintain the site in compliance. We, on an ongoing basis, we're going to have to monitor the groundwater, monitor the gas, inspect the cap, repair the cap, and maintain the cap as necessary. So it's going to cost the town money just to maintain this site in compliance, whether a solar array goes on it or not. And that's not even to talk about the Phase 1 area, which was never closed out with DEM to begin with. So that's going to be a large project to get done. And it's my hope and thinking that by establishing a solar array on this Phase 2 area, that will generate some funds with which we can begin the process of closing out the Phase 1 area. And then once that's closed out and capped and approved by DEM, we can probably expand the solar array to cover that portion of the property as well. And then we can have a meaningful revenue generator for the town and keep both sites in compliance. So it should be a win-win all the way around, from an environmental standpoint, a fiscal standpoint, all the way around. So anyway, the next thing we have to do is get this ELUR signed and returned to DEM within 15 days of signing. And then we can continue our march towards the solar array.
Okay, great, Jim. Does anybody on the council have any questions for Mr. Lampier?
I would just say that.
Scott, speak into the mic, please.
I just want to thank Jim for particularly on the Camoli and always being a good resource I can talk to on those type of issues, all types of planning issue, but most recently the solar situation. So I do thank him for that. Thank you.
Okay, Barbara.
Thank you, Frank. And I wanted to say also, thank you very much, Jim. I know how much work this entailed. It was pretty complex even from the beginning. And I know it got more complex the more we learned about it. So I thank you for all of your work you've been doing on this project.
Thank you.
Yes, Sharon.
I'd like to add my thanks to Jim for his diligence and patience during this time period to
Thank
get
you,
us
Sharon.
this far. Thank you.
And Jim, so this ELUR is for phase 2, right?
Yes,
Yeah, so phase 1's the actual dump, right? So just so everyone knows, right?
yes.
Yeah.
But well,
Phase one is
both
the old
areas.
dump.
Oh,
Phase 1
Yeah.
is the original
Oh,
burn
okay.
dump. And
Oh.
phase 2 is the dump that there was illegal dumping, and that's why we had to cover it this
Oh,
way.
okay. All right, yeah. But anyway, thank you for the clarification, and thank you for all you did on this project. I know it was a lot of work, and it's moving forward, thanks to you.
Okay.
To make a motion to authorize the town council president to sign the environmental land use restriction agreement between the town of Hopkinton and Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management for property identified as Plat 13, Lot 270, Stubbtown Road, RE: Hopkinton Landfill Phase 2.
Second.
Okay, we had a motion made, and Sharon seconded it, okay? Any further discussion, folks? Having heard none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous, I guess, right?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay, thanks, thank you all. Next up, boards and commissions, discuss, consider, and possibly vote to accept the resignation of Michael Geary from the Zoning Board of Review because he was elected to the town council.
I make a motion that Michael Gary's resignation from the zoning board of review be accepted.
Second.
Okay, motion made and seconded. Any further comments?
Let's say that I've known Mike for several years now, and I look forward to serving with him on the council. He's certainly multi-experienced in different things, and I think he will be continue to be an asset to the town. Thank you.
Okay, so we have a motion made and seconded. Any further comments? Mike, I wish you luck in your new position. And I guess you'll have to fill a zoning board spot. Anyway, but all right, motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous. Okay. All right. Looks like we need a motion to
I'd
adjourn.
like to adjourn the meeting in recognition of our staff and their stepping up to every issue and event that's come across their plate.
Seconded.
Okay. Motion made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Thank you, Sylvia. Thank you. Good night, all.